Good morning, everyone. My name is Nomsa. I am the founder of Hope Spring Eternal Introduction Agency. It's a matchmaking introduction agency. Today, I'm going to work with you the journey that I had to take before I became a matchmaker and the challenges that I had to face as a matchmaker, looking for love. Everyone is looking for love, right? Whether is it family or relationships or children. So I was a girlfriend trying to find a man. Then I became a girlfriend trying to keep a man. Then I became a fiancé dealing with the men in the family. 8 years later, I find myself. I was a single woman with my daughter. And I cried. And I said, Lord, I'm a Christian. I asked for a beautiful man. You gave me that beautiful man. I asked for a beautiful man. You gave me that beautiful man. Then I asked for a marriage, but I didn't make it. Why? I couldn't understand why I was going through those challenges that I was going through. Because at that moment, I thought I had found the man that I'm going to spend the rest of my life with. But I felt that my life was taken away from me, and I cried to the Lord, and then I said, Lord, you said anything you ask in my name, it shall be given to you. But I've asked you for a husband, now I'm on my own. And I cried and I cried. I remember I was in front of the mirror, blaming myself. But then I heard this voice in my head saying, Nomsa, stop whining. Then I said, okay, go back to where you started. So I went back where I started. I realized when I met my ex, I had a vision. I knew what kind of a man I was looking for. I knew how I wanted to spend time with that man. But I neglected my needs. Because at that moment, I thought my needs were not important. So I concentrated on, he's got a good job. He will look after me. I will look after him. But I didn't know how to find a man and keep him. So when I went back to where I started, I realized that I wasn't going to blame myself for that relationship ending. And I wasn't going to blame my ex for that relationship ending. I realized I had a choice. It's either to keep whining or keep feeling sorry for myself or do something about myself. And I realized that the choices that I'll be making that moment, they will define who I am as the time as the time goes by. So I stepped back, I went back where I started. And I had to find out why my relationship ended. And I realized that when I was looking for a relationship, I was concentrating with my image. And I had to realize, I said to Nomsa, realize what's on the inside of you is greater than what's on the outside. So I had to take off my high heels. And now I had to find out who is Nomsa. How does Nomsa want to spend time with herself? So if I do find that Mr. Right, how am I going to spend time with him? What's my vision? What do I want to do? And 2 years later, I went online. I started interviewing men. They became ghosts. They never turned up. When I chat to them, they are available. When it's time for me to meet them up, they are not there. So I was like, this is very interesting. So when I did meet men, I started interviewing them without them knowing that I was giving them interview. Because you see, I knew who Nomsa was at that moment, and I knew what kind of a man I was looking for. So I met the one at unexpected places. He challenged me to dance. So I was like, I'm an African person and I'm gonna teach him a lesson. So we danced that night, all night. And a week later, he asked for me for a date. So we went for a date. I gave him interview. He didn't tell me the things that I wanted to hear. He was being himself. So I said to myself, he is the one. But you see, I had to learn how to find a man and keep him. So I wasn't going to be that woman that is whining all the time. I had to let him be. And I had to let myself be. So that's how I find a man. And learn how to keep him. I became Paul McKenna's best friend, basically. This is my team for my company. So we have all the dating coaches. Some of the dating coaches here, they're celebrity dating coaches. Some of you guys, maybe you might have come across with them. So how did I become a matchmaker? My upbringing. When I came to the UK, I started being a follower. See, the UK society, you are expected to behave how your friends want you to be. You are expected to behave. When someone says, come for Sunday dinner, if you don't want to go, you're a bad person. But you're trying to be yourself. So as Nomsa, I had learned to be myself. When my friends say, Nomsa, can we go to the cinema? If I didn't want to go to the cinema, I wanted to watch a movie at home, I would just put my feet up. When my friend says, Nomsa, come to the cinema, I say, no, I'm busy. Because I had learned my identity. So my parents taught me that love is the most powerful weapon in the world. Because when you love something, whether it's a business or in a relationship, when you meet someone, you love them from the bottom of your heart, you're not going to let them go. Because you're going to know how to treat them. So I became a matchmaker because of my parents, how they raised me in Africa. I have a stepdad and I have a stepmom. My parents, they divorced, but they got married. So I used to interview my father. I said to my dad, why did you marry my stepmom? And she said, I married her because she's a clever woman. She's very independent. If she wasn't clever, I would not have married her. So I asked my father. He told me the same thing. So I was like, okay, that's how you should be. And my grandmother used to tell me stories about love. So anyone in this room that has been married for 20 years, 15 years, they can be a matchmaker. Because that means you know how to deal with the relationship. There's a reason, as long as we are not in a relationship for the sake of the children. Because that's what people do. When you are in a relationship for the sake of the children, you are destroying your kids, not you. Okay, what's going on? About Hope Spring Eternal Introduction Agency. Hope Spring Eternal Introduction Agency is an exclusive matchmaking introduction agency for professional, well-educated people, successful professional who are looking for a serious relationship. Okay. So how is Nomsa different from other matchmakers? My background is a professional footballer, and I'm a psychologist, and I'm a musician. I'm also a matchmaker. So how am I different? I match my clients tell me what they want. I am a service provider to them. I take them in a journey through emotions that they don't want to face. I help them go through their problems, not around their problems, before I match them. You've seen my team. That's what we do. I go through a journey with them where they face their problems, the challenges that they have faced in their relationship. So I help them do that. And then they become the woman or a man they've always known to be before they go on their date. I have dating coaches in my company. I have psychologists. I don't mix psychology and matchmaking. Why? Because I need to listen to whatever the gibberish you are telling me before I met you. And then I get to help you. But then with therapy, I get somebody else to help you. You become part of our family when you come to us. Okay. So, what are the biggest dating mistakes to avoid? Who can tell me? Oh, come on, guys. You've already dated, man. You've already experience. Come on. Don't be late on your date. Because you need to show that person you're meeting you're serious. There's so much competition out there. Oh. Rudeness to the service people, a restaurant. When you're going on a date, the person that you're actually meeting, the things that they are observing is your character and what comes out of your mouth. So you don't have to be something else, but you can be who you want to be. But as long as you're still respecting that person. And if they don't like you, it's okay. You don't have to date somebody. Just tell them I'm on my father's child. If they don't like you, it's fine. You can meet somebody else that is going to accept you. No asking questions. Ask questions. Don't ask about marriage. When are we getting married, though? No. It's not yet. But if you want to find out they want to get married, ask where they see themselves in 5 years. If in that 5 years it doesn't involve me being a lovely woman or a beautiful man in my life, spending life together, that means they are wrong for you. So move on. Don't talk about your exes. They are not there to listen to your exes. Don't bruise them with your exes. No. You can talk about your exes with your friends. That's why we all have friends. Oh, it's taking me back. There? I'm going forward. It's not going. It's not going. So what are the benefits of using a matchmaker? We do the legwork for you. When you come to us, when you come to any matchmakers in the UK or any other countries, they do the legwork for you, the things that you desire in life. Every dream, every woman that you dream of, every man that you dream of, you go to Tesco's, you have a shopping list. When you come to us, you bring your shopping list. But we have to go through therapy to make sure that shopping list is not a fantasy. So we do everything for you. Everything that you want, we select people from our database that matches your description, what you want, your background, everything that you want. We do all the work for you. While you go to all these events, maybe with Des or anybody else who attend your events, we investigate their background. Everything, security checks, ID checks, everything. We do everything. While you keep focusing whatever you do, at your work or whatever. So we find what you're looking for. And that's what a matchmaker does. We go deep. When you go online looking for love, you just fill out the application form, but with us, we go deep. So getting ready to date and understanding who you are. Remember, I made a mistake. Understand what you have to offer the other person. Don't say, I'm looking for a rich man. Do you have the knowledge for that rich man? You have to read books to date a rich man so you can keep him. Read books about confidence. If you just need a teacher, have the knowledge about the teacher. Have the understanding. Because these people, what are the qualities? What are the best qualities are you looking for from that person? And how do you like to, how are you going to spend time with them? Those are the questions that you need to ask yourself. Because we don't ask those questions. We think they are not necessary, but they are. What do you love about yourself? When you meet somebody, before you can give them love, you need to understand what do you love about yourself? Because you might meet me, I love different things, and I don't love what you do, but you think it's not necessary, but it is. What would you like to work on as a person? Those are the things that you need to ask yourself. What makes you uncomfortable? When I meet people that talk about their exes, if I'm looking for a date, and they talk about their exes, how bad they are, it makes me uncomfortable because that's what you're going to do to me. So that's what makes me uncomfortable. What about you? Build confidence. You have to build your confidence when you are looking for somebody to date, whether a pleaser or a very kind friend. Me, I was a pleaser, but it didn't work out because I did what the other person wanted to do. I neglected myself. Your personality. When you're looking for love, basically it's a business plan that you have to write down. The old generation, they knew it all, but we don't. We just think we need a quick fix, but we don't. Know who you are. Know what you are looking for in someone else. What are you looking for in the other person? What exactly? Because that choice that you're making, if you are looking for money, your relationship is not going to work. But if you are looking for a love with passion, that relationship is going to work. Know what you are, remember, when you are looking, whatever you are looking for, the qualities in a partner, you need to understand your needs. What are your needs? Okay, I'm running out of time. Okay, I'm going to play this song. So that was my story. When you live today, you came to this event. So you need to ask yourself, why did you come here? What was the reason you came here? So what are you going to take with you when you go home? Are you going to just write down your notes and just say, I've been to his event, he's good, but he's done something for himself. Do something for yourself. I'm going to play this song. Do something for yourself. Because what you don't know is everyone has a gift. Everyone has a gift. This song, it says, God, let me add value while I'm on earth. Stand up, guys. Just stand up and enjoy. What value are you going to add while you are here on earth? You are very talented. Business, love, children. You can work with children. Come on, let's dance. Come on, let's go. Let's go. You can move. Can you move? What value are you going to add while you're on earth? Say one. What value are you going to add while you're on earth? I'm a matchmaker. I made my own choice. Make your own choice today. That fear that is holding you back is your enemy. Let it go. Tell that fear that I'm not your friend. Thank you, guys. God bless you. Thank you. God bless you. God bless you.
Now can we turn it down, please? Thank you. Now let's give her a massive round of applause for her first presentation. Okay? It's not easy coming up here. It's very easy sitting down there and pointing the finger, but once you do your first one on stage, it gets better and better and easier. How are you feeling?
I'm good. Thanks, Des. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Yes. He's my coach, by the way. I've got a matchmaking coach. Coach is in New York, but he is my business coach and my everything. Thank you, Des.
Thank you. Now, those of you that are interested in her services, if you're interested in the services, she has a free consultation. Is that correct?
Yes.
And there's a form. There's a form there. You can go and see her, and you can connect with her. And there's a form if you want to connect with her as well. Okay.
And also, women are free to join the agency. You join the agency for free, and I charge men.